you seen from him as he's gotten deeper into the playbook and the defense?
Very intelligent player. He doesn't make the same mistakes twice. He's a bookworm. He brings it to the field every day. You're not going to beat him mentally, physically. He's been where he's supposed to be right now, so it'd be great to see him in pads, but he's doing an excellent job.
Can you have three corners that are starter-level corners, kind of like what you had last year?
We'll never have enough corners. I wish I had 5 of them.
Coach, you guys moved on from Deven Thompkins. What was the kind of reason there, injury-wise? What happened there?
I was injured, so we needed some healthy bodies, and we'll take care of that. But the door's open, and we understand it's a tough business, and he understands that as well. So we'll see what happens in the future.
In practice?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only place for that.
Injury aside, is the return game going to be different, you think, with that position, whether it's a receiver or more likely a running back, or does that affect, did that affect the decision at all?
I think it's going to be a lot different. It didn't affect the decision, but I think it's going to be a lot different. And there's going to be a lot of experimentation in preseason, whether it's a running back, a bigger guy, a smaller guy, what kind of athletes are on the kickoff going down there, and what kind of guys you need on kickoff return. So it could affect the roster in certain ways, whether you keep extra middle guys like tight ends and backers, or whether it's more D-line, or you still keep the extra DBs that you need to keep. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Todd, as the offensive install goes on, what do you like about the different parts of the running game that you see now, the different schemes?
Well, they're coming off the ball. They're in sync early on. This is real early for them to be in sync. For me, I thought that would take a little bit of doing, but Carver and Pick has done a great job getting those guys ready. Obviously, we're out of pads right now, but the chemistry is coming in pretty good. That's what I like about it.
When you look at participation, I think there's 4 guys who aren't here today, not including Tristan, who's obviously holding out. But what does that speak to the team to have so many guys here when it's a voluntary basis, trying to put in work together to get better for the season?
There's a lot of guys that want to win. The chemistry starts here and it continues in training camp, so it's important for these guys to come in. We understand it's voluntary. We thank them for coming in. They know they need to work. They're very professional about it, and they're trying to help the young guys.
Going off of that, just where do you feel like your team is as a whole going into mini-group next week?
For the most part, we're healthy. That's the biggest thing. We want to come out of it healthy. Hopefully, we're smarter. That's the biggest thing as well. We want to be mentally smarter by the time we get to training camp. We should have some type of base in place when we come back, so they can hit the ground running and we don't have to start at square one.
Are there specific benchmarks that you want to see guys hit next week before you wrap up the summer?
Well, the biggest thing is cut down on the Emmys and the penalties, and that's always the case when you first start out these things. Until the pads come on, you really don't know. So you want to cut down on the penalties, and we don't want to beat ourselves. So we can't beat ourselves. If the offense makes a great play, the defense makes a great play, we can live with that, but we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot.
Todd, what does it say about the trust and belief that you have in the rest of the guys in the wide receiver room with the Thompkins move?
It's got a lot of competition come training camp. We got some guys that's going to surprise some people, so I'm looking forward to seeing them in pads, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Todd, within that group was Cameron Johnson, the rookie from Barton. What have you seen from him?
Very athletic, extremely athletic. Catch and get upfield in a heartbeat. Very good pattern runner, very good hands. Nice to see him in pads.
How much chemistry can Baker build with some of the young receivers like McMillan and even Trey at this time of year?
Well, he's been there all spring, and it's a new offense for them all, so Baker can help because he's been in it before, but the chemistry he builds with them is more of the timing of the route running and all that type of thing, getting the motion right and getting the field position right when they're in their stances and get that down. So if we can get that done this camp, that's a plus.
You mentioned you guys are mostly healthy. Tanner Canoe came back to practice sometime during the last week. Koki, Zach Anderson, quarterback you guys have. Any update on them? Do you think they'll be ready for minicamp next week or training camp?
I don't expect them to be ready for minicamp at this time. We'll see about training camp.
What did you see from Bucky Irving in this offense in terms of instincts and vision as far as his cuts?
We had that. We saw that on tape in college, but his intelligence is something we didn't know as much when we got him here. We knew when we interviewed him, but he's a very sharp player. He picks things up well, and cuts right here and t-shirt and shorts. I think everybody's on All-American.
Have you spoken to Tristan Wirfs about next week and he can talk about that?
Those things, that was a way of sorting them things out. I don't worry about that right now. I understand it's a business part of it, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, guys.
Talking to you.
Thank you.